Big story coming in from Bengaluru in Karnataka. 5 men have been taken into arrest for allegedly involving themselves in seditious and terror activities as well. This, remember, is a big developing story because one of them was involved in kidnapping and murder allegedly during the pandemic. All 4 of them had connections with other inmates who were suspected terrorists and received training from them. This team was, according to the investigators, planning a large-scale explosion involving more than 10 people. There has been a swift action and it was a joint operation with the Karnataka police and also the CCB. They have arrested at least 5 of them currently under arrest. This, remember, is a big news that's coming in from Karnataka. We'll quickly go across to our colleagues as well for the latest. But this morning, this swift action by the cops have been foiled. This is the Bengaluru police and the CCB as well. This is the central department that has got involved with the state police. Nagarjun Dwarkanath continues to be with us on the latest on that. But before I go into that story, I want to give you some details. Now, according to the police, all the arrested suspects are locals to Bengaluru. They were in contact with terrorists, possessed detailed information about terror activities and have received training as well in handling explosives and other techniques. We're being told by the investigators that the suspects were operating as a team, planned and executed their activities. The suspects are currently in the CCB custody, but they are not just known local criminals, but have had terror activities involvement as well and were in touch already with some of the inmates currently with the CCB. Now, the CCB is stating that it has averted a major operation by these suspected terrorists. Currently, the interrogation is still on, but there was this plan to plant an explosive that has been now foiled by the agency. Let's go across quickly to Anaga Keshav for the latest on that. Anaga, what are the details that you have about these 5 suspected terrorists who were allegedly trying to plant an explosive? They have been caught just in time and they were already trained. They had the techniques known to them. They were in touch with some of the inmates that the CCB has already caught. Give us more details.
You know, Pooja, really shocking details that have now come to light. So they were primarily targeting the passive areas in Bengaluru. That is what the PCB has now gathered till now. This action by the PCB has in fact prevented a very huge bomb blast of a very large scale from occurring. In fact, the PCB is now probing the kind of wrong intelligence that the prison gathered by 5 terrorists that they allegedly had linked with, with other terror groups. The probe is still underway, but these 5 terrorist suspects have been taken into custody by the PCB. Pistols, guns, bullets, these are the kind of materials that were found allegedly with these 5 terrorist suspects. The probe is still on to kind of figure out what exactly their plan was. These 5 suspects, they were primarily from Atinagar. Atinagar is one of the most cautious areas in Bengaluru. They were rowdies from Atinagar and they were extensively receiving training from terrorists from outside of India. They were receiving training on how to plot. The training was primarily on how to use explosives, how to go about it, how to act on it, how to use it. These were the kind of trainings that that these 5 terrorists were undergoing. Things are yet still to unravel as to what exactly their plan was. The probe is still underway.
All right, so Anaga, do tell us, and this briefly, that are we expecting any sort of official statement, a press conference on this, or likely that's because the investigations and the interrogations are still on in this?
Well, that's right. We will be hearing an official statement from the PCB shortly in about an hour or so. We will be hearing a joint statement from them. This is a joint operation by the PCB and CID as well. From these 2 agencies is how these terrorist suspects were held in this activity. We will be hearing an official statement from these 2 agencies very soon. Investigations are still underway. This is still a very preliminary stage to even jump to any sort of conclusion. This is still in a very nascent stage. The investigation is still on, but what we do know for sure is that these 5 were terrorist suspects. They had dangerous items in their hands, right, from bullets to guns to pistols, and even they had some sort of raw materials that would potentially be used to make some sort of bombs or some sort of detonators. Still in a very nascent stage. Things are still yet to come out officially, and we will be waiting for a statement from CCTV in a short while from now.
All right, so the Central Crime Branch, the Bengaluru Police, the Intelligence Department as well have got together to ensure that they have managed to arrest 5 men. Remember, this is not only about acting as terrorists, it's also about logistic support. It is information support. It is also about the techniques of explosives that were found with them, that they were known and trained by some of these terrorists. And this is big news coming in. Has a major plan to plant explosives, to have an explosion been averted by the agencies and the police? It's a developing story. We'll be tracking the latest on that. Thank you very much for now, Anaga Keshav.